Okay, welcome back to our Neverwinter video series. So, we've covered kind of the introduction, what the game's all about, why to play, all those kind of details. We covered a video that talks about setting up your key bindings, all your settings, and we did a video about some basic combat, some concepts to think about. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do like we did with the DDO videos. So, pop over in queue. We're going to start off the first series of what's called leveling campaign, right? And so, in your queue little quest book, you can go to the little ribbons across the top, and when you first default open it, it's just going to show current quests. We have this quest to go to Neverdeath Graveyard. Neverdeath Graveyard is like super duper simple, but then when you go to Velosk and Ebb and Downs, it gets cooler, more challenging, more interesting. So this video is just going to cover the Neverdeath Graveyard quest chain, which has 18 different parts, and this will probably be like maybe like an hour and 20 minutes. There's a number of bosses in the next one, so let's go ahead and get started on that. Now, what we're going to do, this is just me playing and, watch me play whatever the hell, like I'm some kind of awesome player. It's really going to be a way for me to talk about elements that make a difference for you when you're playing by watching someone talk about it when they're playing, as opposed to just streaming it and engaging with a community that's talking in a chat channel. Fuck that shit. We're going to talk to you and tell you everything you need to know. So guess what I'm doing? As soon as I came out of the little Adventure Guild Hall thing, and I've tried to turn down the audio in the background. I hope it's a little lower this time. I noticed before it was a little bit loud. I come running over to this gate. How did I know to do that? Well, I've played this so many times, I know where to go. But remember, if you hit M on your map, it will put a little sparkle trail of where you need to go. So how can you tell where am I supposed to go? Do I go to the summer festival that's happening now? Do I go here? Here's what you do. Open your quest journal, right? And this thing here is a quest path. You can click it on and off. Green, off. See this over here, right? Search this area for your objective. Click it here. It highlights this over here. A little confusing. Priority, right? This makes it the priority quests checked like a positive thing. Oh, unless you specifically set a path, this quest is hidden from the quest path quest tracker. So there's nothing. Like you open your map, there's no path or anything. So X is like, no, I don't want to see the path to this one. Then I uncheck it. Okay, it becomes, once again, it's just a marker on a portal. And then we can click it again to make it a priority and send this over to here. So what we need to do is go through this doorway here, and there's a number of these in the main town that will allow you to travel. All right, so it's like the travel map from Baldur's Gate. You have all these different zones. This main zone is considered the Sword Coast. We're here in Protector's Enclave. We've got a quest that takes us to Neverdeath Graveyard. We're going to do that. But you can see there's all these different zones, and we're going to go through a bunch of these for the leveling campaign. You have Icewind Dale, which has an event going on here. There's an old, Bryn Shander. There's an old quest run down here, the Icewind Care Koenig, just out of the books. There's a whole Undermountain campaign. There's a, astral traveling campaign. There's a Vernus in Hell with cars and all this kind of crap. There's, I've been here, right? Remember, this is a new account that's done nothing. I've done this stuff with my other characters, but I haven't done it on this one. You have, you have Thay, which is like a 90 item level, world to go to. There's even the Underdark in here. Here's the Underdark. There's a lot of places to go explore. So we're going to close that. I'm going to interact with this gate, and I'm going to go to Neverdeath Graveyard next. Now, that is the main way you travel around. So, we're not VIP just yet. I try to set up VIP, but it hasn't gone through yet. So, Neverdeath Graveyard, great. We'll get a screenshot of that. And let's go down here and check and see, did we ever get our Zen that we ordered? No. So, we ordered some Zen, $10 worth, so we could turn on VIP, but it never came through, and it shows up as still processing. I did this like yesterday, so I don't know what's up with that. It's never happened before on my other accounts, maybe because it's a new account or some crap. When you open this interface, you sometimes see this like claim valuables, and you may find there's elements in here that you can pick up and take, like a retraining token for free. Yeah, you could do that. We'll just take that stuff. You can just click it and say buy. It didn't cost anything. Put that in your inventory. But let's get started with this quest chain. All right. Remember the theme of this stuff. The theme of this one was like, these doom guides in Neverdeath graveyard. They want us to go see what's going on, what Valindra is plotting, and she was like the lich girl that you saw on the bridge that had like the big behemoth like cactus. So once again, you know, you have a little place where you can, you know, regenerate your health between fights, even though they added regeneration to the game. It's kind of like a nasty, you know, blustery wind, chasm-oriented graveyard type place, right? Pretty creepy. So go to the very first guy and talk to him. So the quest gets completed by going over to the guy right away. These little money rewards are useless. Like, they're really, really useless. Later on, you're going to pick up gold and stuff. You're not going to pick up 3,000 gold or 35,000 gold, but you just want to do these quests in order, all right? Less chatting. This is going to give us level 3 if we complete this quest, right? It's going to find one of these Doom guides. Now, I want to give you a quick note on this. If you are an old school Forgotten Realms player and you love D&D and you love all the storyline, you know, these little books that you see, sometimes scrolls, sometimes plaques, if you read these and interact with them, it'll highlight a journal entry in your quest log that talks about the places you've been. Like Neverdeath, it talks about the Eternal Order of Kellamvor, what the deal is behind it. So if you're a super nerd hardcore, not just a power gamer nut and act like a fool like I do, you may be interested in that. And wants to go talk to this Coilite Naaman. Let's get a little closer. We're not close enough. Now, I'm not going to read all this out loud. You can enjoy that. When you play it, read it, listen, whatever you're going to do. It's going to move through the quest so we can talk about the gameplay elements. And we'll turn her off. So we need to go down here to this gate and go through this gate, and it's like one of the very first quests that you're going to be doing. Once again, remember, white particles is interactivity. Get close enough to interact to it. So now we're actually in a little instance, and this is a little area that says where you need to go find the Doom Guide camp. So you can sometimes mount up in these places. Always check that. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So you come into here and you see these big gold half cones, you know, type things. Remember that what that's telling you is that, you know, I'm facing this way directly. It's like half of the cone. If you think of this as if it was a circle, it's saying, hey, you're on the outer edge of the circle. If you get a little closer and get inside of it, you're actually inside this quest circle. So the thing you need to do is in this area, right? And you can see the sparkle leads me to this thing on the ground here. What's this banner? You can examine it. It's going to advance the quest. It's going to spawn some jokers. And you can start lining up shots of these guys, start killing them right away. And you can start using some of those combat tricks I talked about before, where you're just shooting guys without letting them hit you too much. Shift away. Doing it with Billy. So, you know, we have like no gear at all. And you're not going to have any gear either. You're doing this your first time yourself. You're really not going to take much damage. So this is going to spoil you, right? We can hit end, and this will make you do our stealth ability here. It damages everyone while we're still stealth. And then we can put this up here. Boom. And we'll just go ahead and pop this guy. Get these guys not wasted out of here. Him. And we've got a new ability on our bar from hitting level 3. Remember that? So we can do this. We can hit shift, shift, what am I talking about? I have number pad 7, and now we have abilities where we can attack guys and do area effect attacks. And we can use our other ability again, automatically attacks guys from behind, and we can do melee. So they didn't really explain that to you very well. You remember the tutorial that we did? And we're going to regenerate health if I talk for a second. We did a little tutorial that talked about how when your daily powers come up, how you can do these abilities, but when you change between melee and archery, you know, big green bow, big green swords, big green bow, and even though you can see the character change the weapons, they're really good at telling you what's just happened. We got a new ability that it didn't really, you know, celebrate the fact that we got a new ability. You can go to your character sheet, go to powers, and you can see you have this constricting arrow, which a gnarled arrow at your opponent. This is like a grasping root. So we've got kind of like a three-tier, three charge hindering shot that kind of roots for a half second, and then we've got kind of a snare, and we've got this leap away ability. So what we wanted to, you can lift this by clicking and holding, and put the snare here, and put the root here, and put the leap away ability here, and then if you want to, then you can like shoot the snare first, and then you can shoot the root, and then you can do the you can use some regular attacks on them. And when things get close to us now, we can also start using our melee abilities. So I'm just going to run down here and do the next section, which is trying to find a missing camp. And this leads us down over to here, actually underneath this area where you see some baddies are down here. So let's try our little cool ability here. We'll snare this guy. You know, put this here. We'll leap back a little bit. We'll switch to melee. Put these guys, boom, blast him here. And then once again, you see a little golden half arc here. This is where we need to look for more clues. Remember, up here, don't worry about this stuff. This is like events happening, okay, in the background across the whole server. The summer festival, 16 days left, blah, 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 blah. Look for more clues. So just follow the stuff underneath that, and you're going to see, you know, little highlighted interactive objects. This will advance the quest to the next section, okay? Now, when you're first playing this area, you are not going to feel powerful. You're going to feel kind of chumpy, but you're going to be so undamaged. Like, things aren't really going to damage you hardly at all. So let's put a snare on here. We'll put a root on him, and then we've got archers down there. So we're going to try to get some shots off on all of them. We'll take care of the first guy first. He's the melee guy. And we can use this ability here on him, which hits pretty hard. This one here hits pretty hard when it comes up. And just pop this guy a couple times. And if you feel like you don't want to deal with it anymore, you can just go up here and waste him like this. So, and notice I didn't hardly take any damage. And as soon as I stop fighting, like 8k heal. Remember, your combat log is going to say what's going on, how much regen you're getting, right? So now we have melee abilities and we have archer abilities. If you want to know what they are, all you do is go to your power tab, right? And then select the archer ability, because you're a ranger by default. And then you can see beneath it, this is hindering shot, hindering strike. Then we have the leap away, Marauder's escape. This is Marauder's rush. So that may be the opposite. So if you go to melee, and we'll go into this area here, we have a rush ability, right? Let's see how that works. Nope, that just hits things around us. Okay, so we can go like this. We'll pop these guys here. We'll do our little stealth ability to automatically damage everyone. And we'll just melee this guy down for fun. Okay, great. These question marks over their head, you know, because I popped the little stealth ability, they're like, where did he go? That kind of a thing. And it will stay there as a debuff for a long time. All right, so we can be more careful now if you'd like, and we can start doing things like, let's pop this ability on him. They're all rooted. Now we can hold this down and do a little bit of damage to all of them before they even get close to us. Switch to melee. And then we can just... And we can hold down our at-will powers and do tons of damage to this guy and pop him in the face. So the one thing about the Ranger that's interesting versus some of the other classes is because we have 2 weapon sets, we actually have more base encounter powers than most people. As you can see, there's only 3 encounter powers, 2 at-wills. So we now, most people run around with 5 abilities they can use all the time. We have 10. And they're for different situations. Like if you're playing like a wizard or caster, you don't have that many. You can skip these by pressing escape and holding the upper hand corner to make those go away if you want to. So I'm just going to pop this guy with this root. And the wizard in the back is not attacking because I'm through the doorway. So let's just get him wiped out. There's a trick you can do. You step across the doorway and you can start shooting this guy. Now he's going to put an area effect ability on the ground. We don't want that to hit us, so you just slide out of that. And these abilities we can't really dodge. Let's try and dodge one, right? You just, okay, ready, 1, 2, 3, dodge. See, it still hit me. You don't want that to hit us. And we can go over here. We can use our mount ability, F12, which we bound our key to. We can hit in and do the automatic melee move around him. We can switch to melee and start punking him with melee abilities. You see how I ran through him to attack the other enemy around him? So the targeting can be really tricky if you're trying to spaz out a little too much. Just get out of that. And we don't want to have that hit us. Let's put the little snare ability on him. And another couple more shots and he'll be dead. We put the snare on him again. If it hits hard, slide it out of the way. And get rid of him. Now, it looks like I'm just kind of spamming buttons. I'm actually thinking about what I'm doing. But when you first start playing, you'll be like, I just hit a bunch of buttons and shit happened. Later on, when you're potentially going to get killed and the pack gets pulled and it's pretty nasty, that's not going to fly anymore. Right? You get higher and higher level. You know, this is kind of like tutorialization. The first 20 levels are really just a tutorial. Okay, so he's going to summon a portal for us to go back to town. This will let us go back to the hand-in spots are right outside the place where we entered. You can mount up. And if you do any ability of your dodge ability while you're on your mount, it'll dismount you. And we're going to go back to just follow the trail to the hand-in. You don't have to dismount to hand these in. You can just talk to them. You're going to just give us level 3. It's going to give us an ability here. It's a class feature. Let's just go ahead and complete that and pick up the next 3 quests. These are going to give us, they're telling us ahead of time, better melee weapon, better bow. Now, unlike in World of Warcraft, or other games, the weapons don't have damage numbers on them, right? Let me accept these quests first, and I'll talk about that. What you'll see is that everything you have on your character is a stat stick, is what we used to call it, right? So we've got a little bow equipped now. It's crappy, but it doesn't have any damage numbers. It doesn't say like 17 to 25 damage. It doesn't say anything like that. We hit level 3, can increase our ability scores, right? So I'm going to pop the dexterity up once, and I'm going to pop wisdom up 1 for now, okay? Hit accept on that. You can respec this later if you want to. The reason why I want to get the dexterity up because it'll give me more damage and give me a better chance to hit. Okay, so you'll find that that's the case with the weapons. You want the highest item level, and you also eventually want to get to a point where you're picking gear pieces, like if you're buying it or something like that, or trying to parse through something that drops in an adventure, like one of the skirmishes. Are you picking the thing that has the right stats for what you're trying to do? And we'll get to that later. But as you can see, when you open your character sheet, besides the hit points and our damage number, we have power, right? We have accuracy. We have combat advantage, which is a way of hitting things from behind in a way. When this rating is equal to your total item level, its contribution is 50%. For every 1,000 above or below your total item level, increase or reduces the contribution 1%. This is when you're like hitting things flat-footed. Critical strike, chance to crit, critical severity, how much additional damage. Then you have defense abilities. You have awareness, critical avoidance, deflect. And you can read these yourself. Forte. These things all have good descriptions that tell you exactly what they do. Like when I'm playing my Minstrel Bard, and outgoing healing is a big number for him. Action point gain, etc. There's a bunch of guides on like if you want to play a ranger and really get into it, go watch some guides that tell you what to focus on. But right now we're just going to burn through tutorials and the leveling adventure and talk about some of the things about the game that we need to think about. So in this next area, you don't need to do things in the order that I'm doing it in, because if you open up your map, this is the place where the NPC was, and we're over in this zone. This is me right down here. I've got a quest to go into here. I've got 1, 2, 3. They're in little local areas. Let's go do one of them first. So I'm going to left click and change the highlight to this first outdoor area. And we'll go do that first, which, as I remember, is kind of like cleanse a little graveyard with these nollie crosses from Unreal. So you got a bunch of baddies that are here already, right? And you need to cleanse this by interacting with this banner. There we go. If we interact with that banner, lay the newly risen to dead to rest. We can do that. We can do our little stealth ability. And we can go to melee. Actually, leap away here as our archer. Use our bow abilities. I think someone left these guys behind. We can use our little mount ability to do some damage. Just switch to melee. It hits all these guys on the screen. That's one thing about melee in the game that's quite useful, is it's not single target melee like in DDO. In DDO, all the melee is single target. Now we're getting hit when we get out of that. Switch back to the bow. I'm going to try to pop all these guys. Let's move over here. Leap back. Whoa, we fell off the cliff. That's cool. We aggroed some more jokers. All right, that sounds good. Let's do it. We like aggro. They're all jumping down to try to find me. We don't want to get killed here. So I'm going to pop 1 potion that healed me all the way. There we go. And I'm in melee mode. Let's go to here. So we've made a big monkey's mess of this pull here. And we've aggroed more dudes by leaping around like an idiot. So let's finish off this group that we were working on first. Let's go to use a stealth mode here and damage everything. Switch to melee. And melee will allow us to damage a lot of them really quickly. We can get out of the way. Get rid of him. Go back to the archery move. We can jump back. And the mount ability, and that's over. Okay, great. And there's a little goodie bit on the ground we need to pick up. So that's done. Oh, I'm still considered in combat. Okay, there's your problem right there. All right, great. Okay, so investigate the artifact is complete. Did we finish this resting place? I don't think we did. Let's finish this. I thought I'd already completed this. I guess I pulled so many guys, or maybe I left the area, that it screwed everything up. All right, I'm going to go to melee here so I can get damage on all these guys really quickly. And use all 3 of my little cooldown abilities, and I can just melee the rest of them down. And we just get the bow back out and pop the rest of these guys. got one guy spawns here, this Risen Hulk. We're just going to leap away from him. Nope, not you. Let's go snare, put the root on him. He's immune to the root. Move out of the way of this. He blew up. Great, we got that done. So this one got completed, so it's no longer highlighted. So let's go to this one over here next. And we made our own little trail marker, which looks like it goes down here. Go around the corner. And here's the next little graveyard. Someone has not left mobs up with this one, thankfully. So we'll interact with this. It'll summon a bunch of skeletons. We'll have to wipe them out. Let's go back to the archer mode, bow mode, and just try to get as many of these damage as we can. Then we switch to melee and then just damage everything on screen and get rid of them. Okay, great. And then it's supposed to be just another wave. Okay, we'll start popping these once, twice. We can shift over here 3 times, 4 times, and then go to melee. Take care of them, and then this guy's already spawned on us. We use our little stealth ability to damage him. We can use our little mount ability to damage him. Ooh, I was too far away for the mount ability. Pop him a few times with the snare on him because it does good damage. Get out of his little area effect attack and he's dead. Alright, great. Let's mount up now. We got that completed. Now we need to go to the other one. I'm going to put my little marker here. I do this myself a lot. I like to control where the game tells me to go. I don't want to just go wherever it immediately highlights me to go. I like to kind of plan my route. I'm going to go do this, then I'm going to do this. So we get this obelisk here, it's interactive, and our archer here. So let's interact with this. Okay, and let's interact with this. It should make us, you know, res more baddies. We got to kill them again. So we're going to do the same tactic we did before. Get out of this. And get that done. Switch to melee. Get back a little bit. Pop this guy. Okay, we got baddies coming in from this way. Oh, more baddies. Great. We're going to leap back. Do our frontal cone, tapering cone ability. Go to our stealth mode. Get rid of this group. Get rid of this guy. In the back. Go back to our bow. Get these dudes popped over, strike over here. And we can actually... We'll just melee blast that guy down. Get that it's me spamming ability when it's not really up yet. And we haven't really taken a lot of damage. We got a mount ability. We'll wait this time and use it properly when the guy's closer. There, I did good damage on him. He's going to miss. We'll step away. Do some more damage to him. I'm going to shift out of this, switch to the bow. And that's done. Okay, so that's one of the objectives complete. We have one more to go. Remember, we first ran the zone. We have to go to this little go to the soldier memorial. I believe this is like a help a girl cast spells, cleanse trees type crap. Let's go do that. Now, you will see these all over the world. It's red sparkles, means I don't have a dungeoneering kit. As a ranger, you're able to interact with these objects in the world that are like normally would require like a thieves kit because you're considered kind of a rogue. And there's ones that require like a religion kit and things like that. These things drop really, really outdated little crafting recipe junk, recipe materials. You can probably just completely freaking ignore it. It's never really been updated. It's almost like some of the quest rewards that give you 20 cents. You're going to get so much more money later playing the game that it's not even worth doing. Okay, this area, can we mount? Yes. What do we got to do? The undead and the dying. Search for the doom guides is the objective. We're starting to get really cool colors and sky here. This is neat. Once again, you got the little gold marker here. That means you need to go into here. We've got 2 dudes here. Let's see what there's a wizard and there's a doom guide Stormhammer. Oh yeah, they're already yelling at me. Okay, let me get a little closer. I'm gonna pop him, and then I'm gonna actually snare him. And see, this is one thing that's tricky. They're real close together. I actually want to hit the wizard. I don't want to hit. Let's just leap back closer to the wizard, and we'll pop him with a melee ability, and then we'll pop this guy with the root, which little dwarf dude. We'll pop him with the mount ability. He's rooted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, take an ability in the face, and you're dead. All right, cool. And hopefully the game sounds are loud enough. I worry last time I did a video that the game sounds were too loud. Now I worry they're too soft. I'm going to futz with this. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Okay, we're just following this little trail. You know, we've got some markers to go do. Number 1, number 1, number 1, number 1. So what's the deal with this? You can hit Q in your quest journal. Lay the dead to rest. We did that. Consecrate the north field. We did that. Consecrate the south field. Did that. Lay the newly risen dead to rest. Haven't done that. Consecrate the west field. Return to Doomguide Valley. So we missed something in the previous zone. We're in the Undead and the Dying quest. So you click this, right? That was showing us the other one. So in here, we're going to get the reward when we go back with its weapons. So we got to go in here and find Doomguide Arwen. It's like Arwen in Lord of the Rings. So in essence, Doom Guides are in these zones. They're like priests, you know. Get a sip of my Coke. And then we need to find where they are, what happened to them. So we come up to here, and here's one right here on the ground. So this is a body. We've got to burn it. And that's one of the Doom Guides. But of course, when we do that, immediately it spawns baddies. So we got a big group here, so we can start doing our little range ability, like our frontal cone. You can step to here, turn away, and leap back away from everybody. If we want to switch to our melee move, we can do that. Always do the far right one first, and we can hit enter and do our stealth move. We pop this guy here. Give him a mount ability for a laugh if you wanted to, and we're picking up goodies. Now, I picked up a blue item. Did you catch that? Okay, so we got a few things here. We got this retraining token we bought in town from like the free claim your reward thing. Remember this claim valuables thing we did earlier on the home screen? Now we've got a shard of empowerment. This is for upgrading mount collars. Save these things. Or if you're really desperate, you can sell them. But this is a scout tainted vest. Look at the item level, 250. Critical severity, defense, minimum level 2. Great. Let's double click that and wear that. Now let's see what that looks like. We're running around half naked and shit, so we're going to put our get our appearance, and we're going to show the armor. So enable visuals. Okay, cool. So now I don't look like a complete chode. I've got like a little dumb purple vest on. Now we still need to go find these other Doom Guides. We've got 3 more areas to go to. We got dudes patrolling up here, so you could just like pop these guys like this, and you could snare him, leap away out of that cone, and just start popping this dude in the front. Use this little ability to hit hard. And this guy here, we just... Okay, great. They're dead. Most of the combat's going to be like that. Like, whatever you do, you're going to win anyway. But you may want to start thinking about, like, when's the right time to shoot versus using the melee ability. If you're playing one of the other classes and going through the tutorials, like, what does that class like to do? So we've got, like, a witch, a warlock up here, and a battle white. So I'm going to pop her with this ability and try to root her, and then I'm going to do the leap away move. Now I'm out of range, she can't nuke me, but she's still damaged, and I can start getting this frontal cone thing going. Now I do want to kill her next, so I'm going to get over to the side here and get a good target on her and pop her. Now these guys have jumped over in their place, they're blocking my view, and that was hitting the wrong guy. See how it was auto-aiming the wrong dude? We want to hit her. I want to get rid of her because she's a caster. And we'll go ahead and do our little stealth ability, and then our area effect ability, these two here. Pop this guy here, and just get him an auto attack. There you go. Alright, cool. So, did you see how at one point I was about right here, and I was trying to shoot her, and there was another Joker, like, right to her left, and it, like, auto-assist aimed onto him? There's no way to turn that off. Like, if you ever played Quake 1, everyone remembers aim assist 1, you could turn that shit off so you could slash damage people. Come up here and talk to this ghost. This is someone who's passed away. And you got to look for the other Doom Guides. This is done. Now, once that's done, you got to go to the next area. This is going to send us up this, after we burn the body. I forgot about that. Got to do that first. We need to go to the next area, which is up this hill, right? So we can mount up again and head up there. There's some baddies here. So one thing you can do if you're really arrogant is just roll past these dudes, right, and come up here, and sometimes you can avoid mobs completely. Like you don't have to kill everything. Well, this guy saw me, she saw me. So everyone in this area has seen me. So she's dead, and we can line of sight these guys. Go back to our bow, and we'll put this ability on him. Whoops, that's the wrong button. So leave him back, put the mouse power on him, and it's going to pop this guy with this ability and get them out of the way. And remember the ones we rode past on the hill? Like, we didn't aggro them, they didn't attack us. So we're going to head into this little crypt mausoleum type thing. This is unusual for coming into an instance and having things immediately aggro. It's kind of like a rule in the video game industry to not have players in load spots get hit, because as soon as I spawned, these guys all saw me. I don't know what he's doing. And you can pick up the money. You don't have to, but you know, you can pick it up. A little bit of money goes somewhere. I don't want to get rid of her. I hate casters. Casters are my bane. I don't like them at all. Get out of the way with that. Just get these guys all rooted. Get rid of these chodes. Move out the way. And well, like I showed you before, this you can just stand there and take hits, and they're not really going to damage you much. They're going to do more damage than they did in that first tutorial level, but there's, I mean, look how fast he's attacking. Kind of slow. Not really taking a lot of hits. I mean, you're not really going to die. You're mostly just kind of dancing around having a good time. And like I talked about before, you know, you have these little objects in the world that when you get out of combat, you can interact with them. This is like a tome of lore, and that adds to your little quest journal. And she comes running out after you kill all these guides. Talk to her. So all the other Doom guides are dead. You'll find these chests throughout the game world that have crap in them. It's really useless. And sometimes you'll be a chest and it'll click and say take all, but it'll throw the crap on the ground right next to it. It's kind of crazy. This place wasn't very long, so sometimes they'll give you a portal to get back out, but we just had to run into the next room, so we don't really have to. She's not going to summon a portal for us or anything. So we got to find the other Doom guides. We're going to go back out of the little mausoleum. We're going to mount up, and it's basically directly across the way. We're here, and so we're actually going to go right over to here across this bridge. Now remember, we left some people alive. We're going to give us a cutscene. I believe that sword and shield symbol is the symbol of Kellumbor. Remember we were reading about Kellumbor earlier in our little lore guide here about the Spell Plague and Neverdeath Graveyard. So all that lore is right there. So if you're into it, man, read up. Oh, looks like we woke these guys up when they were walking up the hill. Did they see me? Nope. These guys see me for sure. Now one thing you can do, you can just start the fight off in melee mode. Get things bunched up, blow off all your melee abilities, blow your mount ability. Just pick everything off after that. It depends what you want to do. Because right now you only have these really crappy crowd control ranged abilities, the melee abilities are so much more powerful in my opinion. So you can kind of pick them off and do some damage and get them weakened. And of course, I could have mounted up and ridden over here, make this a little faster. So we've got another little crypt mausoleum to go into, the Soldier's Monument. Trail showing us where to go. And for this character, you know, even though we're just doing this tutorial, I'm going to pick up all the lore items in the world. And, you know, because you can. You can read them when you're bored one day or when you eat the flu and don't feel good in the wintertime. So we're going to go down here. Now, there is falling damage in the game, so we're just going to jump down and go, ugh. So you took falling damage. Remember, you started off, you had some potions. Now we got guys spawning here, so you need to get some of these zombies worn down. This ability's a little on the slow side, but look what it's doing. I mean, it's basically like a free, no cost, no cooldown timer, frontal cone ability that hits pretty decently, that, you know. Press and hold to hold this down. Okay, so I got enough for a daily power, so I can save that for something else. Melee this guy's down. It's not going to be infinitely spawning, so you are effectively clearing your way through it. I'm going to save this last ability for these guys here. I haven't read to you what it does, but it's a frontal cone type ability. Boom! It damages everything in front of you. Root him in place. You just take them off. Let me show you what that ability was real quick. It's not one of the ones we're going to keep in the long run. It's relatively good. Here's what it does. It's like a seismic shot. Fire a blast into the ground, causing a shockwave that hits enemies in front of you, like 800 damage, which is pretty nasty considering your other abilities are hitting for like 65 magnitude. I'm going to pop my 2 snare abilities in this guy first, and then just get some damage on this. You won't be able to avoid her spells. And I'm going to go to melee and burn him down first. And and then we'll use this line of sight column. And so I'm going to show you here in this fight, you know, you can use geometry to protect yourself. I mean, this is like pillar humping and WoW. I mean, she's just standing there, not doing anything. She wants to cast spells at me. Here's a line of sight. And if you can't, I dodged that one, but she's just going to stand there. Okay, let's go back here, right? Let's go behind this. And we'll go jump all of these things that are blocking me. Well, she's following me now and casting spells at me. And we can just go over here and be an asshole. And you can go to your melee ability and tell her who's boss. But you can use line of sight. You probably saw me doing that a lot. And you know, DDO is a little bit more action movement oriented than this, because in Neverwinter you're moving and you suddenly have to stand still for every time you use an ability, whereas DDO you can do stuff, move while attacking, which is a lot of fun. But anyways, here's the last Doom Guide guy. This is very funny. So you're gonna talk to him. He's like, "Oh, it's a good thing you're here. The other ones didn't make it."
I should be thankful any of us made it through this. It was a trap. The Thaans lured us into the pit. They ambushed us.
I feel my power returning. Let's get out of here. Why don't you just do that before, dude? Beam me up, Scotty. You could have left the prison 25 minutes ago. Okay, anyway. All right, so now we've completed these first 3. This will put us up to another level and give us 2 blue weapon items, right? Which are really, like I said, they're like stat sticks. They're not really, you know, a better damaging weapon like in Guild Wars 2 or every other game you ever played. They're really just stat sticks. You just want things to be the highest item level with the highest stats possible. So we're gonna follow the golden trail all the way back. He's turning back, Jim, and then hand this in to this joker over here. Here's other people that wish they watched my video first. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Okay, there's a little shoulder piece. Undead and Dying. There's 2 melee weapons. And let's Kellenborg watch over you.
I am Doom Guide 4.
Okay, that sounds good. Valentra must be stopped. That's great. I'm gonna hit done. He doesn't have a follow-up for us, so when this happens, that's when you want to kind of either read what he told you to do or look at the trail. So take the phylic tree to the second resting place. So we didn't finish that earlier. You remember that? We want to equip our goodies first. Let's put the shoulders on. Did we put them on yet? Double click that. There we go. Double click the shoulders. The chest, let's compare that chest to what we had. This is the blue one we were wearing, and the one in our inventory is lower item levels. I'm going to keep the blue chest on, and we'll put this new bow on and this new melee abilities on. So there was an objective that we didn't finish called the Lich's Lament. Let's go do that.
My father is a zombie.
So we're just going to zip up here, and as I recall, you put something on an altar and fight some jokers. It's been a while. I think they did a good job with this. Excuse me. I think they did a good job with redoing this whole leveling campaign. It's easy, it's simple, its pacing is good. It helps people figure out what to do, what order to do things. You want new people to come to a game like this. That's all right. Do a point-blank air effect attack. I'm nowhere near you. And it's not really a hard game. It's all about gear. Let's just leap off the cliff and die. But for a D&D game, it's not bad. I mean, it's cleaner graphics, better than DDO. Let's do this here. We got that completed. Take the file to the third resting place. Okay, so that's going to be where? We're going to highlight this, put that down here, follow this over to this next resting place. There's a bunch of guys there and there. Can we avoid them? Probably not. Let's just see if we can run past them. See if they follow us the whole time. Try to skirt around the wall here. See if we can get past here. Oh, I see. It's up here. I forgot about this. It's been a while. I'm going to use my mount and pop up here real quick. Wait. Ugh. I'm not very good at riding up the hill. Alright, here's what we're going to do then. We're going to come up here and fight these guys. Come up here and fight me. Now I can interact with this. Am I in combat yet? I'm still in combat. Okay, now we can interact with this. Okay, we completed this. We got to take this to Doomguard Volhawk, whatever his name is. That's the dude that we first talked to when we first came to the zone. That was just at. Drizzly, rainy, misty, deathly, nasty place. Talk to him. Okay, boots. Doomguard's duty. That gives you another chest piece, which probably won't be an upgrade over the one we found. And let's put these boots on. These other ones, I wouldn't even do this extra loot. You know, you could sell these for gold, but it's not really worth it. And you may finally try to take this off and throw it on the ground. Are you sure you want to discard? Yes. You want to discard this? No. Sometimes you cannot discard scout tunic, right? So what you can do, usually sell it. Because this is starter gear. They don't want you to be completely naked. You come down to an NPC here, and then you got this, you know, sell and buy tab, right? Sell. So drag an item here to sell. Or what you can do is just leave the first tab open and take the item and left click it and hold it and put it here. Or you can double click it. You can't do that at this store. So there was a way, if I remember correctly, how to get rid of this stuff. Let's try this. Can we discard it? No. There was a way to get rid of this. I forgot how to do it. If I remember, I'll tell you. In the meantime, I'm going to keep doing the quest. Okay. So he wanted us to go back over to her. This is when we need to cleanse some stuff while she's doing a ritual. So we're going to talk to her, travel to Tree of Souls. She's going to teleport us there. We've got this creepy area. There's the exit. And our spindly looking character who looks dumb. Should have put some weight on.
This is it. This is the place. I have to
She's
perform
got
the
something
rite
wrong with her
several
vision.
times in several locations to
She should
fully
probably go
cleanse
to
this
Lens
place.
Crafters or whatever it's called.
Follow me.
What's that cheap place that sells the cheap sunglasses in America? America's Best. She needs to go to America's Best. Okay, this is a defend her. Oh, she does the ritual. How many times have you seen that before in video games? Lots, right? So they're all attacking her. It's not that big of a deal. She won't really get killed. It shows her a bar over her head. That's not her health bar. Okay, that's like her progress bar. Get out of that. As I believe, there's just 2 waves of this stuff. You can get a little further away if you want to.
Wasn't enough.
Okay, that's
have
right.
to
The
find
second
the
wave,
source
she
of the
instantly
evil.
kills it for herself. In case she wants to go to the next one, you can follow her. She's going to get in the dirt again. I do sit here in the dirt. You kill this first wave of chumps, and I'll do this stuff. I'll switch to melee these guys down. As I recall, she blows that next wave up. I don't have to do nothing.
The evil presence is
Yeah.
strong near the roots of the tree.
She wants to go over here, where these blurry roots are.
I'm starting the ritual. Get ready. It's the tree. We have to do the final ritual there.
Sure, we can do that. She's just going to walk over. Don't worry about any of the zombies, lady.
Here they come.
Oops, I'm in melee mode.
Helenville be praised. We did it. Let's
did
go
it.
back.
Okay, so you're going to run back. You can be on your mount and get back out of here. The doorway is up here, I recall. If I remember correctly, just right up through here. And then we can go hand this in. The Pauper's Field. You mean, oh, I don't have my mount on? Come on, DBO lets me have my mount back. Okay. Regenerating health. No problem.
Cannonball, watch over the loss of the corrupting
We got
power
a
of
chest
the
piece.
true
This one's a
souls.
100. We're wearing a 250. We're just going to complete this and keep it. Just keep picking up the next quest. This will give us level 4 Rain of Arrows. Rain of Arrows is a great ability for the Ranger. So what do we got? 45 minutes now into this? Yeah, 45 minutes in. Oh, we're going the wrong way. What are we doing? Look at the sparkles. Okay. Travel to the Thayan camp. Go to the Pauper's Field. So we're going to go all the way up to here, down this area down here, which is due south of us. Just when you want to ride past everything, don't get distracted. Try to avoid trash. It's just going to slow you down. You're going to get more experience of actually doing the quest. If you didn't have the regeneration in the game, this would be a great place to do an invocation. We don't have invocation happening. I think it doesn't happen until level 5. Here's an entrance. Remember, every time you see an interactive object, it's going to have the little white sparkles on it. All right, I don't think you can... No, you can't mount here. So if we wanted to, we could try... There's gnolls in here. Let's try riding past them. If you do get damaged too much while riding our mount, you will get dismounted. Let's see if we can just zip past most of these jokers. Save ourselves some time. And this looks like a good area to fight. I think we got a kind of a bossy fight down here, so let's see if we can get rid of these guys first then. We'll do our area effect melee abilities. We'll do our stealth ability. And we'll do our mount ability. Okay, he's dead. The other guys didn't follow us, or did they? Yeah, here they come. Got some archers shooting us. Switch back to melee. 2 of the abilities are back up again. The auto attack abilities are really weak in the early levels. They really don't do much damage. The encounter powers are always going to be much better. If you get a chance to pick an encounter power over a default ability, use that. Okay, so we're healing up here. There's a baddie there. We don't have a target on him just yet. So we've got these little lackey gnolls, and he's going to summon more jokers. We want to focus fire him and kill him. So we're going to do a rider mount. We're going to be a weenie here. And we're just going to pop over here. And we're going to come around him this way and shoot him in the back. And he's still going to like cast spells and be a pain in the butt. And let's try popping all of our powerful abilities there. He summons some crap. And we'll just go over here, go around this way, try to get closer to him. And we've got all these jokers are in the way. We use our little stealth ability. That gets rid of him. There, everything's dead. Cool. Enter the tomb. Now, the other way to do that most people do, is what's very funny, is they'll just like come up on the area and see the dude and start standing at the gate and shooting. And I didn't have to deal with these guys. I completely skipped them. Killing enemies is good, beneficial to you, but getting the quest done is faster and more what you want to work on. Oh, let me go back and show you that. Let me show you this. I mentioned this earlier. Here you go. See this little chest? Chests are all over the place. Sometimes they're a mimic. And it says, like, take all, but it threw the stuff on the ground. Oh, man. System design. Alright, so we got jokers coming up out of the ground. Let's see if we can... Can't ride our mountain here. Let's see if we can just run past these guys and kill a bunch all at once. So we'll just shift through here. I bet this bridge won't open up. Oh, there it goes. Okay, cool. So we can get to the middle of this bridge, and we will switch back to the bow, and we'll leap away. Oh, great. And now we got more jokers up here. I'm going to use my advanced Unreal Tournament deathmatching skills here to avoid fighting all of these dudes. One more second to leap away. Whee! And we're going to go down to here. Are they all coming? One more second. We have our leap away move is ready already. Just pull the whole Leroy Jenkins instance. It can't go and leap away that way. Go over here. So I'm going to try to get down to this area. Here's a good choke point. So why don't we start popping these guys here? You want a melee? No problem. We'll melee. Switch back to the bow. Hello. No, they won't let me go into here. I know they won't. Hey guys, jumping up on the wall. Let's pull this lever. Ah, you're in combat. Okay, no problem. They'll go back to archery mode. They're gonna be mean. I bet they won't let me jump over this. Let's use our leap away move and get away. And we're just gonna have to kill everyone the old-fashioned way. At least they're all bunched up now. And remember, we have cheesy potions we can take. There, we take a potion. Here we go. Let's get these guys all lined up. Would it have taken the same amount of time if I just fought them along the way? I don't know. Okay, so now we can pull the lever. We can progress into this next area, see what's going on here. It's been a while. I'm starting to vaguely remember some of this business. So we'll do this the old school way. Mobs in front of me must attack. And if you get real good, you can start memorizing the cooldown timers on your melee builds, which are quite short. When you play some other classes, you'll find like, wow, I've got like a 24-second cooldown on one. Okay, so we got this Thayan wizard here, right? And he's got Chodes is going to summon, and a big guy's going to come in. Arleon the Unforgiven. Now he's awesome looking. And that's what we're talking about. Low-level scary business. So we're going to shoot all these guys here. He's going to kill them all anyway. And we're going to leap away. Yay, it's our favorite thing to do. These guys are just going to get in the way of targeting. He's really slow, so you can take your time, hit in. We'll just run around here, piss everyone off. Oh look, everyone else died when I killed him. So a lot of times that happens where you have an enemy that will continually summon adds, which means like additional enemies, additional mobs if you're an old school Daiku mud player. You can kill the main character and then the adds, the summons will go away. So we're going to go out of here. And I believe we get to hand this in now. Do you get to teleport us back? No. Okay, well great. They've teleported their happy asses over here in front of the doorway because I made it safe again.
Adventurer.
We will join you. Travel to camp. Bing. Okay, now we have a hand in. I think this one's going to give us a level in Rain of Arrows. I love Rain of Arrows.
I should no longer
Here we go. No, got a hood. Yeah, we did. Okay. Get all comes with a melee ability. Okay, so now we're level 4. And we've got this guy talking. We'll shut him up. So here's something interesting. So we've got some interesting abilities now. Let's talk about them real quick. We've got these class features. This is called when you strike a foe from behind, your attacks deal 10% more damage. Later on in level 6, level 9, you're going to get more and more of them. They get slotted down here. You can end up setting like different sets, like power set 1 and power set 2, and having 2 different kind of power sets. It doesn't respect the character to 2 different builds, which we'll talk about later when there's like 2 different versions of playing the Ranger. We're going to pick the more melee-centric one to be different, to be an asshole. But later on, you're going to get little Billy down here, and you get to pick like, okay, this is going to make my one build work a lot better. Your class mechanics, this is the switching weapons from range stance to melee stance. This is just like a passive, and this is also a passive, your shift ability. At level 8, we're going to get another ability called Snipe. We've got Rain of Arrows now. So this is cool because we have the first ability, right, which hits for 520 magnitude. The second ability with 3 charges hits for 130 and is a weak grasping roots. So I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to use Rain of Arrows in the middle. The Rain of Arrows ability is fantastic. You can, it's just an area effect ability. You shoot it once, it starts hitting the ground, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's just raining. Great to throw that at your feet when something's trying to attack you, and then when you're meleeing. All right, meet with the Harper Wendy, or whatever her name is. She's over here. This little redhead, we'll talk to her. Harper Wendell, where is the purple? More cash money. Enter the dragons. Get a ring, finally. This is these little jewels are just refinement point things. We'll turn this off. And he's got a quest too.
Have I told you
Christopher Chettlebell.
Good day.
He's talking about a dragon attack.
Never
Years
was
ago, they had an
experiment
event where there was
historical.
like a big dragon spawn in this back part of the zone, way back, and I don't think they have anymore. So what do we need to do here? You can open up your map, and you can open your quest journal, and then Neverdeath Graveyard. Go to the far right. This is the campaign. This is the quest chain. Okay, so we have dragon attack. Rescue Zami Monini from the Monani Crypts. So that's going to be inside of a little instance. And then we have this one here, collect cultist orders from Dragon Cultists 10. So this means, if you look at your map, this is the Enter the Dragon quest, which is this one here. It has a big circle. That means you're going to be able to complete that anywhere in this area, especially when you have ones that are like, this is, you can double click to set a path to it, but it will put the path in the middle. Because it means anywhere in this area, all the jokers you kill may drop shit that gives you completion towards this quest. The other one, the dragon attack, is going to be up here. Double left click this, and this goes inside the crypt. So we're going to finish, we're going to do the one in this open air zone first. And I'm going to leave my marker on the dragon attack one. So I know that any mobs through here are going to be ones that will help get this different thing completed. So there's the Rain of Arrows, there's the melee, and now we can just blast these guys down. Use our stealth ability if we want to, and then start shooting whoever's left over. Cool. Now, I've gotten damage there dorking around, but watch the health regeneration. Boom, boom. So we can do our old-fashioned kind of like move here. Now, something we need to talk about, we didn't. This is our first time we need to pick things up from a quest. In the early stages, usually there's a special quest markers that will be on the ground that drop from enemies that you need to pick up. If I see one, I'll let you know about it. There's one. Okay, great. This is the default. Let me put the camera right on. I picked it up, damn it. That's the default item that you pick up for quests. See that down there? Item received. But you look in your inventory, and here, cultist orders. Sometimes you get these things by default. They'll fly out of the enemy and land on you, and you'll automatically pick them up. And you'll be thinking to yourself, I've only picked up 3. How come I only need 4 or more? Because they vomited out of the enemy and landed on top of your head. Here's another one of these like dungeoning skill kit things. Okay, so let's get back in the bow mode. We'll leap away. We'll do our Rain of Arrows at our feet. Go to melee mode. Go to melee. And go back to the bow. So because we have the Rain of Arrows ability, one thing to think about is what does that mean for the melee attack ability? So let's go to the Rain of Arrows ability, and we're going to click it. Rain of Swords, strike down with your blades in a large area around you, right? Magnitude, add effect, a dot. So this ability here, up in the air and jump on the ground, bam, is a dot, damage over time, and then this will be damage over time with direct damage hits. So what you could do is start pulling monsters with the first ability, and then throw down the sword dot right when they get to you, and then do Rain of Arrows on top of that to add even more damage. Can we jump up here? High enough? No. So we'll go up here and kill some more of these jokers to try to get this cultist things equipped finished. So let's try that. We'll shoot this. We're going to switch to melee. We'll put the dot on the ground. Then we'll switch back to the bow and put Rain of Arrows on the ground, and then we'll do more melee abilities. And they're all taking damage from this stuff. See all the damage numbers going off? So they're all taking damage over time. So the drop rate stinks so far. We'll use our little stealth ability on these guys. Go to melee, hit the dot on the ground. The dot didn't have time to even work, so usually you want to do a dot early in a fight so that it has a chance to start ticking once or twice or 3 times before you spaz out too much like I did and do the rest of the damage. Another thing you could do the rain of arrows like right on top of them after they've been rooted. So what you could do is we could go to our powers and find which ability does the root. I think it's this one here. Constricting arrow, fire a gnarled arrow, strong grasping roots, and then you could do this, right? You put the strong grasping roots on this guy here, and then do rain of arrows on him, and then you can do your other abilities like this, and that guy dies pretty quickly, and they're all taking damage, right? And you just start shooting him while he's being a weenie. He's too far away to do the mount ability, and he just and that's one of the things you need to pick up. This is the default. Oh, what the hell? That's how it is. This is the default item you need to pick up for quest. It looks kind of like these little. It looked like a bottle with a ring around it, like a hula hoop ring. There's one there, and there's one down here. Nope, that's not torch. What the hell is that loud sound? We need 4 more of those things. There's enemies all over the place that we can get those from, so let's just jump down here and kill these dudes. And put this down on him. Droppy thing? No. Let's go back up to the area that we were at. If you look on the mini map here, we should still be in the area where these drop. So these guys should all be dropping this. Let's do once, twice, throw this on the ground, push the sword and arrow, and let the damage over time kill the rest of the way. Here's another one of these. What do we got left? 1 more to go. Okay. 1 more little pickup item, and then we have that quest done. Then we'll go to the little instance and do the next part. These guys will all respawn. Just fight them again if you want. We gotta switch to the boat first. Once, twice. Now we got some range guys. Let me talk about this range. So we got melee guys in front of me, range guys at a distance. You can always, zip over to the range guys, throw the area effect on the ground in front of him, then put your sword ability down, and now you're going to see that like all the guys that are meleeing you, except for him, are all now on top of you. You're actually killing them. And here's the last one here. So we don't want to go hand this in just yet. We want to go finish the other quest, which goes up here that we left highlighted, which goes into a little instance, which is rescue grandma or whatever it is. What do we got for time here? 1 hour and 2 minutes. All right, see if we can stick this out pretty far. We can take a look at our quest journal. We may want to break this up into a couple of videos. Let's go to the quest journal. How far along? We were at 9 of 18, so it would be like maybe another hour and a half. So I tell you what I'll do. I'll finish this one part, hand it in, and then stop this video, and I'll make a part 1 and part 2. I know every time I talk on one of these damn videos, I say I'm stopping the video now, and then I talk for 20 more minutes. It's because I just have so much damn fun. I'm sorry. So we're gonna do the area effect sword ability, the dot, and we're gonna put down the rain of arrows, and we're gonna stand back a little bit and we shoot this. We got one guy in the back who hasn't been damaged very much. We'll pop him, go back to melee, him with the first ability, second ability. Wasn't that clean? Okay, we're gonna go in here and rescue Grandma. Alright. A lot of the dungeons, for you old school people that have played lots of video games over the years, these dungeons are made out of modular pieces. They're like low res. If you ever messed around with Skyrim years later, of course. But, this is a template lighting type thing. It's to mimic dynamic lighting with a template on the ground. But the audio is good. I mean, the level design's not bad. There's like dirt falling off the ceiling. If you took your time and were able to capture this as a video in first person and didn't have to see your character, I mean, this would make a great, D&D visuals to play with your friends, like real D&D. So I'm going to put my rain of arrows down at my feet here. They're all going to run into it. I'm going to melee everyone. I'll do my stealth ability. There we go. And they're all, what the fuck happened, man? So they don't know what happened. So we have these little things, these little skull things, look like something from Age of Sigmar, all howling. So another thing you can do, like we did in DDO, is like, hey, are we in range to shoot these guys? Well, if you look at my abilities down here, right, the range on these things is pretty far. So the range on this is, what, 80-foot range, 12-foot radius? So this is going to be a 12-foot radius. So let's pop this guy here. That's going to root all of them, and it'll put our rain of arrows down on all of them, and then we'll do our little frontal cone thing. Now the rain of arrows, unfortunately, didn't really catch all of them. So we go to melee, because we got a big swarm of dummies in front of us. And that's the dot. And we get over here, and we do rain of arrows again. You don't really want dudes behind you hitting you from behind if possible. They will always do that. There'll always be like one little joker bastard that tries to get right behind you and hit you from behind, backstab you type shit. So you don't really want that happening. Come on. Now watch the health regeneration after I kill this guy. Nine. I took a lot of damage because I was half dicking around. You're going to play better than that, right? Okay, good. So you run through a little dungeon, follow the path. In many ways, I almost wish they didn't always have the path in the dungeon, that you just had to kind of run around and figure it out. Like, oh shit, there's a trap. So I took damage from that. Another useless chest. Pretty obvious that's a trap, right? You're considered able to see these as a rogue, but you can't really disarm these. It's not like in DDO. The DDO implementation of traps is fucking fantastic. I love it. It did a great job. There's another trap. I saw it and I just ran right through it. Is someone going to come out of here? Okay, we've seen this modular piece before. We're going to hit these guys up like this. I'm going to put the rain of arrows here. I'm going to switch to melee. And we've got some range guys in the background shooting us. Let's get rid of him. Okay, up the stairs we go. Now before we do the same modular piece, and here's another one of these little lore backpack items. Let's see what's in here. Or is this just an item full of goodies? A copper. Okay. You remember you played D&D for the very first time and you stepped on a trap and it really hurt? And when you played D&D the very first time and you like had to buy all your gear and you couldn't afford plate mail and you're buying like chain mail and a wooden buckler and your crappy longsword, you're playing a longsword because it's +1 to play an elf and all that kind of crap. Do you remember how you never, ever, ever, ever in D&D picked up copper or electrum pieces? Like hardly ever. Like ever. You have to laugh. Okay, so we got a lot of jokers over here. Some are wiggling around, walking around top of the geometry, looking stupid. We could jump on top of this and avoid them. And we go to the next area. So now we've gone through the little dungeon area, but we're in a new area. Look at all these bodies everywhere. It doesn't look very nice. I bet it stinks. And we don't really have the way to invoke our deity, and we're not damaged because they implemented regeneration in the game. So we got guys down here. So can we skip them by going up this way? I bet we can. Skip those jokers. This is a caster, so I'm going to drop the bombs right here, and I'm going to root them. There we go. And I'm going to use the escape, my little rogue ability here, and get rid of this caster. And I'm going to try running over this way to line of sight with this block here. There we go. seriously, bro? I hate that word. Sorry for using it. Bro. Alright, so we got some dudes up here. More junky kobolds. Let's throw this on top of them. Get this up here to get the dot down. That's much cleaner. Alright, clean kill. So then we'll go down into here to this little crypt. We're going to rescue Grandma. She must be in here somewhere. More jokers to fight. A room full of jokers, caster in the back. Let's just be a weenie and throw the rain of arrows down. And let's make them come to us. We get that caster hitting me. Nope, screw you, caster. And let's go ahead and get rid of him because he's dumb. Oh, he's right in the corner. What should I do? I'll cast a point blank area effect ability at him. We'll just zip over here. And Grandma. Here she is. Whoops, I got trapped. Zami Monini. The pizza parlor needs you, lady.
Did Christopher send you?
Did the pizza parlor send you? Yes. Need you to come back. We're running out of bread. Alright, so we need to get out of here. Now, I think you have to run away out. Yeah, you gotta run away all of this one. No portal on that one. It's not too far because he added this extra doorway here to get out. You don't have to go all the way to the beginning, if I'm not mistaken. Or do you? Who knows? Alright, we're gonna head out here, hand this in, and then we'll stop this video, I swear. Ooh, that's loud. We'll stop the video here, and then we'll do a part 2 for the last set of the leveling adventure for Neverdeath Graveyard. Alright. So what do we get for rewards here?
Have I told you I'm a G? I'm so relieved my benefactor was retrieved unharmed. Now I may continue my studies.
Good for him. Let's see what
Take
Wendy
care
needs.
when walking about the graveyard. Give me a second to
Okay,
examine
ring.
this.
Artifact snatch. This will give us some pants and a shirt. These are slot items. It literally is pants and a shirt. They go over here. Like we're wearing this like crappy pants that don't really do anything. It's more stat slots to use. Okay, so now where are we? Q. Far right. Neverdeath Graveyard. Oh, we got 11 quests done of 18. But the next one is to collect Water Clock Guild artifacts from killing guys. We're going to get this Stone of Help. We're going to get these 10,000 rough Astral Diamonds when you complete the entire campaign. Not just for this one quest. We're going to get it for doing the entire campaign. So we want to finish the campaign. Well, we're going to finish all of them. But that's what we're going to do next. But I'm going to break it up into another video because this video is already an hour and 13 minutes. So if you made it this far, you're a dedicated YouTuber. All right, cool. I'm going to stop the video here, and we'll pick it up right in this spot for the next part. Actually, let me pick this quest up first.
Have I told you?
Sorry, I'm
a
too
G?
excited.
Miss Monini said her
Okay, this is
captor
more
spoke
goodies
of
that we
someone
use.
named
Okay, great.
Azazel.
All right, great. Okay, we'll be back shortly for the next video. He's pretty excited about that. Yippee, dude. All right, see you in a minute.